Now I am going to present before you a small presentation. It is about the democratic politics. When we heard about the democratic politics, in our mind it comes, what is democracy? So my topic is democracy. Democracy. There is famous definition given by Abraham Lincoln about democracy. It is of the people, by the people, and for the people. So in order to understand about the democratics, mainly there are three organs. The first one, legislature or legislative. The second one, executive. Third one, judiciary. Let us try to understand the legislative. What is legislative? Legislative, it is the law-making body of the government. Here people are working in it and they are trying to control over the people. With regard to the second one, executive, it is the law implementing body of the government. According to the India Supreme Court or High Court, the Supreme Court is the apex court of our government, or it is also known as the Supreme Court. It is about the final judge. With regard to the third one, here people are working in two factors, legislature or executive. When the people resign in the legislature or legislative job, so executive is trying to control over the legislature. With regard to both, here executive also, if something happen, some problem arises, they also resign. So here the third one is taking over initiative and control over the whole system in India. So the third one is known as the judiciary. It is also known as the questioning body of the government. After questioning, trying to solve the problems here in India. It is the modern way of following the democracy, but at the end of 18th and 19th century, people, how they were following the democracy or controlling over the peoples. In the 18th and 19th century, people were sharing the power, or it is also known as the power sharing. Power sharing. It means power share between the people, between the state and in the countries. So there are any problems arises within the state or country. So people were in search of the controlling body or controlling function of the democracy. So before there was not existing the democracy, but people were sharing themselves and trying to control over it. So in this power sharing, we will see the problems that arises, especially in the two countries. First one is Belgium, and second one is Sri Lanka. When we talk about the Belgium Belgium is a small country, smaller than Haryana state in India. Before we talk about these two countries, try to understand the dominant country like India. Here we are speaking our national languages in Hindi. If you talk about Pakistan, in Pakistan the national language is Urdu. So these are the dominant country. They talk about their own national language. But here in Belgium and Sri Lanka, it is the complicated because people from migrated other countries and they try to dominate and control over the country. So when we talk about this Belgium, it is located especially in Europe, and Europe itself containing Europe is a continent. It has contains the many countries, but it is Belgium is located in the western part of the Europe, and it is surrounded by four countries. First one is France. Second one is Luxembourg. Third one is Germany. And fourth one is Netherlands. These are the peoples. They have migrated in search of job and business. So here there are two categories of the peoples there it exists. The majority peoples they speak Flemish. If we categorize into different languages, the Flemish, Wallonian, and Germanian. So Flemish speaking people call the French people. So here French people are 59% and Wallonian it is 40%, 20%, and Germany speaking people are only 1%. The main problems in the city, so the capital city of Belgium is known as the Brussels. So here people from France and from Netherlands. So these two Flemish speaking peoples and Wallonian peoples, they were fighting for the official language, and here the surrounding countries are talking about the Dutch speaking peoples. So this Wallonia is known as the Dutch speaking peoples, and this is the France speaking peoples, French speaking peoples. So here they were fighting for the official language that was because of France peoples they were trying to control over the other dominant peoples known as the minority groups. So yet they fought for the official language. The similar problem arises with the Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka also known as the island of India, and it is surrounded by the sea. And here also we can see there are two types of people that they are existing in this Sri Lanka. One is native Tamilian and Indian Tamilian. So native Tamilians celebrate today, they are known as the Buddhist and they talk the Sinhala language. And they are in 74% in Sri Lanka, and Indian Tamilian also it is divided. Those are native Tamilians and Indian Tamilians. So native Tamilians and Indian Tamilians they are 18%. These 18% native Tamilians are known as the Hindu and Muslims, but Indian Tamilians they are called the Christian today. So altogether these 18% it is divided on the 3%. These 3% are called as the Christians, but they are also migrated in search of the job in Tamil Nadu, in Sri Lanka. Now we will see about the Indian Tamilians. Indian Tamilians were feeling difficulties with this Sinhala speaking groups, because Sinhala speaking groups they were trying to dominate over the country. But when these Indian Tamilians they were applying any job in the universities, they were not getting, and this native Tamilians called the Buddhist or Sinhala speaking groups they were not allowing to have the job. Therefore, later on, another group has came up in Sri Lanka, that is Elam group. This Elam group may help the minority communities and fought against the native Tamilians, and in both the groups thousands of people they lost their life, and finally they understood. Finally they created the civil war, and in that civil war both the groups they lost their life, and finally they understood that if they will not civilize themselves and may compromise each other and follow the same language or the same official language, it will be very problem and it will be continuous, the conflict will be taking place. Therefore they decided that all should compromise and follow the same one language, then only they can lead the country. So in these topics we try to understand about the democratics. There are 120 countries are being following the democratics and try to control over the whole countries and trying to implement the democracy in every country. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present before you this small demo.